Hi, good morning. Today we will discuss the ways to construct a ratio analysis using the Microsoft Excel. Now, in the present sheet, you can see the profit and loss account of Berger Paints of 2 years. First one is of 2011 and second one is of 2012. Now, these data we have taken from the annual report of the Berger Paints. The income is given here, the gross income less the excise duty, then the net sales income, the other income, and the total revenue. The expenditures are given here, and the profit after tax is 1774 rupees million and 1483 rupees million. Similarly, in this tab, the balance sheet is also given of the 2 years 2011 and 2012. It starts with the sources of funds, the shareholders' funds, and non-current liabilities, current liabilities, and the total sources of funds. It is 12,188 million rupees and 15,102 million rupees in 2012. The application of funds are given here. The fixed assets, the investments, the current assets, and the total asset is uh, 12,188 again and 15,102 million rupees. The cash flow statement is given here. The cash flow from operating activities of both 2011 and 2012, and the cash flow from investing activities and cash flow from financing activities of Berger Paints. With this given information, we will calculate the ratios of Berger Paints. The important ratios are given in this tab. Now you see, we started here first with the liquidity and solvency ratios, under which we covered the current ratio, acid test ratio, debt to asset ratio, debt equity ratio, etc. And secondly, the profitability ratios, the turnover ratios, the capital market ratios, uh, up to price earning ratio we calculated here. One thing to note is that you can see here that the if we click here, you can see the formula. These are interlinked. The data for calculating the current ratio we fetched from here, the balance sheet. The formula for current ratio, as we know, that is current assets by current liabilities. So both the figures for current assets and current liabilities are given here. These are the current assets and current liabilities are here. Now from here we fetch the data by using this formula. This is actually the way to interlink the cells in the same file but in different sheets. So it is balance sheet. So balance sheet is here. This is the sheet which is named as balance sheet. D38. So D38 is here. D column and 38. So it is 38. So this is giving you the total current assets, right? And the current liabilities, you can see the balance sheet again, this sheet, and D18. So if you click here, D18, you will find D18 is here. D18 is here. So by dividing these two cells, you are getting the figure here. This is for the 2012. Similarly, for 2011, it is balance sheet again from this sheet, F38 divided by balance sheet F18. Now, how we will understand whether it is better than industry or not, or whether it has developed over the years. Now you see, we use this function, if function. If B3 is greater than C3, B3 is this one is greater than C3, this one, then it is excellent, otherwise poor. So here we can see that in the current year the current ratio is 1.63 and previous year it was 1.79. So it is poor here. Now like this, for profit and loss account ratios, like for example the profitability ratios, the profit margin, say for example, we have taken it from the profit and loss account sheet. The P&L account sheet is here. So, we interlinked. The formula for profit margin ratio is net profit by sales. So, profit and loss account C23. So, you can go here. This is the profit and loss account sheet. So, you can go here C23. It is here, profit after tax 1774 divided by P&L C6. So, P&L is here and C6 is here, sales. This is the net sales after excluding the excise duty. So, by dividing it, we are getting the figure of net profit margin, which is 6.66% this year. Last year it was, you note the formula here, it was 7.04%. Again, this year is less than the previous year. So, we are categorizing it as poor. This has been done for all the ratios. If you want to see the formula of the sales, then you can click here and you can see the formula here. Again, you click control and you will come back to the previous values. So, this is the way you can calculate the ratios using the Microsoft Excel. Thank you.